Hello everyone, welcome back to Lucky Loads 15, where I'll be giving you my Lucky 15 selections for tomorrow's horse racing. As usual, just going to go through on how today's selections ran. Not a great day today. We had two non-runners, so that was obviously not a great start there. That was Merlin and a shocker. And we also had Miss Moo Brown Bear at Chepstow. Not a bad performance. This was its first race on the turf today. I think it came fifth in the end. Well, it beat the favourite at least, so at least we got 7 right there. But the Richard Kingscote horse won that race, so that's definitely a horse to look out for, high society. Also as well, we had Street Art that really was never in the race today. A pretty bad race actually on paper, but I just went for it because I thought because it'd been winning recently it would get a hat-trick, but clearly not today. But it's been quite difficult the last couple of days with the rain and the ground getting softer. A lot of non-runners, meaning that a lot of the horses often leaving are really hard to judge on their form, also the ground, if they'll like it or not. So yeah, it's a bit hard to say really, and pick some really good winners at the moment, because a lot of the winners today I noticed, especially I think it was Chepstow, barely any of the favourites won. A lot of the races, especially in the first few, like 7, 8 to 1 kind of winners, and the short price ones were nowhere really in the race. So slightly disappointing there that we can't get a winner today, but I'm going to make some selections for tomorrow. Just want to give a positive mention to the guys at William Hill Racing Radio. Thanks for the positive feedback there and the positive shout out. I've had a few new subscribers because of that. Subscribe to our channel for more Lucky Loaders 15. But I'm just going to be going through my selections now, which will start tomorrow at Uttoxeter, and the only jump meeting of the day, I should say, at 3:30. And the horse that I've gone for here is Bhakti, or Bhakti. I don't know how you exactly pronounce that one. But anyway, it's from the Tom Lacey yard, who's quite a new, young, upcoming trainer. He's got Dickie Johnson teaming up with him here. And this horse is run about 7 to 1 bookmakers at the moment. And this horse is a little bit of a veteran, you might say. He's I think he's 10 or 11 years old, so he's been around the block a bit. But he only made a second start last time out when he finished 6th in a race at Perth, which, to be fair, he was in the race and he wasn't beaten by far, only a few lengths. A lot of the field there were quite bunched together, and a few horses had a good chance of winning that race. And prior to that as well, it actually won on its stable debut for Tom Lacey, so that was a positive ride there. He'll prefer going back around a left-handed track as well. He seems to do much of his better running around the left-handed tracks, which Uttoxeter is. He's got the champ on board tomorrow, and this is the kind of race as well where you see like jockeys, good jockeys like Noel Feely, Richard Johnson, some of the more experienced guys, like really like giving the horse a patient ride and pretty much switching it off and giving it a good race. And I could see that type of ride being the case tomorrow. And currently 7 to 1 with bookmakers at the moment. I definitely think this is worth a good shout. Richard Johnson has been riding a few wins for Tom Lacey, so that's good there. And that's who we're going for as our first selection tomorrow, Bhakti in the 3:30 Uttoxeter. Our second selection tomorrow sees us go up to the all-weather meeting in the afternoon at Wolverhampton with a horse called Tavener. Now, we all know about Tavener, really. He's not an unexposed horse by any means, quite experienced horse, but he's been running well, to be fair to him, this year. He's had 3 wins over 7 furlongs. He had a couple of wins on the turf, but he's back on the all-weather tomorrow after a few middle kind of runs on the turf the last twice. But he tends to run all right on the all-weather, and he probably prefers the all-weather as well. He runs pretty well at Wolverhampton, previous course and distance winner. He's a front runner, so I quite like that at Wolverhampton if a horse front runs. And yeah, you know what you're going to get with him. He's got Finley Marsh aboard tomorrow, who will be able to use a £7 claim there. It's from David Griffiths as well, who can produce some good horses. And I think Tavener could be not a bad selection tomorrow, around about 9 to 1. So that's who we're going for there. Tavener in the 420 at Wolverhampton. We go up to Scotland for the 440 at Hamilton for our third pick. And the horse that we're going for here is Royal Connoisseur. It's Richard Fahey and one of his apprentice jockeys, Adam McNamara, taking the ride, who will be able to use £3 claim here. Now, the reason I selected this horse is A, it's a previous course and distance winner, and B, it tends to like the ground. Like we mentioned earlier in the vlog, the ground's getting more softer now and a bit more slower, and this horse absolutely loves these conditions. And ran about 5 to 1 with bookmakers at the moment. He's been running on better ground, if that makes sense. The ground's been more firmer and maybe not quite to his liking, and he hopefully tomorrow will be going over softer ground, more his cup of tea as it were, and that's who we're going to go for there. I think Richard Fahey's been in pretty good form since the turf's kicked off. He's had quite a few winners this stable. And Adam McNamara, I should say, has been riding pretty well. So, yeah, that's who we're going to go for there as the value in the race there, Royal Connoisseur. Our last selection tomorrow sees us have to wait for a while to go to the lucky last, which will be the last race of the day, I should say, tomorrow at Ripon for the 905. And the horse that we've gone for here is Circulation, which is Rafe Beckett and Fran Berry teaming up for this one. 3 to 1 bookmakers at the moment. It's a maiden race. The horse finished second on its only start to William Haggett's horse called Mademoiselle. I was actually there at Salisbury that day and backed Mademoiselle, and it only won by half a length, and I thought it was a pretty close race. But I knew that Mademoiselle got it on the line. But Circulation had a lot of support that day, and it ran pretty well to it. To its capabilities that day, and I think he's definitely got more improvement ahead of him as he'll get more races and that, and I could definitely see him getting off the mark here tomorrow, especially with Rafe Beckett being based down in Andover in the south, sending it all the way up to Yorkshire and Ripon, and I definitely think this horse has got a great chance tomorrow, with it, especially with its top class pedigree as well. I think it's by Oasis Stream, who's a really good horse to have in your pedigree. So yeah, that's who we're going for there as our last selection tomorrow. But if you've got any tips for tomorrow's horse racing action, if you've done alright recently on some bets, let us know in the comments box below. Also follow us on Twitter at LuckyLoads15, like us on Facebook as well at LuckyLoads15, subscribe to the channel for more daily content, and I'll see you soon.